OK，我们接下去练一下一个 speaking 咯。上一次我们讲到 online advertisement 是吧？
老师，在那个你能直接从那个因为我这两天练了一点儿，你能
嗯，
从那个哪儿开始问我？我找找啊，从那个呃那个，Do you think parents should give their children advice？那个，然后你可以在那个文档里面搜一下，搜到那个部分。
稍等啊，应该
嗯
是哦，看到了。
嗯。
对，那我们 So do you think parents should give their children advice?
Yes, I think the parents should give their children some advice sometimes, because actually some children don't have the self control ability, and they don't have enough life license, and they don't have some professional knowledge about something. So sometimes faced to some challenge difficulties and stuff, they could not make the correct or the best choice. I suggest sometimes their parents could give them some choice, some suggestions based on their life experience, based on their uh, based on their logic and stuff. So in my from my perspective, I think it's very necessary for parents to give some suggestions.
Okay. Should teachers give students advice?
Um, yes, actually, to some extent, the teachers have learned more about studying the knowledge and the future development and stuff. So just about the studying or a certain course like the math, the language, I think the teachers could give them advice on learning tennis, learning methods, and some learning experience. Of course, the the teachers are adults and they have more life license, life experience, and they could give some suggest. They could also give some suggestions on the on something that may is not related to studying, such as some life lessons, and just my Chinese teacher in my high school have given me a lot of help. Just he advised me to be brave, to be more confident, uh, to be actively participate some activities. So I really appreciate his encouragement and assistance. So I think it's very good for the children could get some advice from their teachers.
So do you think it's necessary for us to take our friends' advice?
Uh, um, actually, I think we should think twice before taking the suggestions from our friends, because we are peers, and I'm not sure our friends have the strong ability or the very or be very familiar with a certain field. So as I advise that we should think twice before taking their suggestions, because maybe our friends are just like us. They don't uh, they may also don't not very sure about that problem. I suggest we should search for help from the professors, from parents and the teachers. That will be better.
My version would be, I think it would be good if we take, it would be great if friends give us advice, but I don't think it would be necessary for us to take it because sometimes their advice might be misleading, right?
对，OK。
So how do we give advice to young people and old people?
Yeah, actually, actually,
你
I
不用
have
yeah 就它是问 how，
uh
你可以用 well I think。
well, I have different methods to give different advice for the children and the old people. Because for children, when we are older than them and we may have more life lessons, have more knowledge, have more experience. So I think our suggestions may be helpful. So I always with some sentence like you should do, you'd better do, and stuff. Because in China there is a custom that the older people could give a suggestion to the young people with the sentence just like what I have said. But for the old people, you should respect them and you must use some sentence like doing something is better and or similar sentence. Because the old people may have 这个自尊心咋说了是
self-esteem
self 什么
esteem
self esteem
esteem
self esteem maybe the old people have the strong self esteem and at their children and their grandchildren we should respect them and avoid and try to avoid hurting them. So I would say I would have different methods to give suggestion to old people and the children.
Who are more willing to listen to advice and who are less willing to listen to advice?
Actually, different people may have different opinions about the suggestions from others. But just based on what I have seen, I think the children tend to take suggestion from their parents, their teachers, but the elderly, the old people, they don't take suggestions actively at children. You can find that maybe because of the fear, the respect for the elder people, the children always be more humble and humble and maybe humble, and they are willing to take suggestion from others, especially their parents and teachers. But the old people, maybe they have adapted to their their thinking ways, their lifestyles, their customs for more than several decades, and maybe this it's hard for them to make some change, especially in the digital, in the artificial intelligent age. There are so many difficult things, difficult technology for them to learn, for them to make some change. So maybe it's not because they don't want to take suggestion from others. Maybe it's don't. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not they don't want to make change. Just because the old people always have the health problem, and they don't have the time, the energy to learn the new things, to take the suggestion from others. So to some extent, I just think maybe the society has abandoned the old people. So from my perspective, the old people may tend to refuse other suggestions.
All right. So you saw those who are more humble are more willing to take advice from others. Those who got very arrogant, right? 很固执的人就应该没这么愿意听咯，是吧？
是。
Have you ever received any advice from professional people, like a doctor or a lawyer?
Actually, I have received a really useful advice from my physics teacher in my high school. He advised us to listen some elegant and classical piano songs before the classes, because he said will be useful for us to focus on our classes, to improve our study efficiency. I admit that at first I didn't trust him, but after trying this method, I found that it's really useful. And then I just get into the habit of listening to some piano songs before doing some things that require a lot of intention. So I would say his advice is so useful, and now I still I still tend to listen the piano songs to let me calm down, to release stress and anxiety.
Help me calm down and feel relaxed. So, on what occasions do people need to wait longer time? Occasions. In what occasions?
Oh.
On what occasions do people have to wait for a long time?
Oh. Well, actually, in our daily life, there are a lot of occasions that we should wait for a long time, and I would say actually now there are many famous and popular shops, like the restaurants, and you can see that every day there are a lot of people line up for trying his dishes, and I guess there are some reasons could explain this phenomenon, because the people now are so stressful, and I guess they need some maybe weird things to release their stress, release their anxiety. Of course, apart from the famous shops, tourist attractions, restaurants, people also spend a lot of time on waiting for the traffic congestions, especially in big cities. maybe because of the especially in big cities and in rush hours. So yeah, there are many occasions that people have to wait for a long time.
So what do people do while waiting?
Uh, well, in the past, people may just stand there and did nothing, just wait, just line up. But now you can find a phenomenon. Just every people would play would play like mobile phone games, browsing videos, listening to songs and stuff. Because of the population of smartphones, digital devices, and some apps, just like the TikTok, so that people could do a lot of things just with the latest smartphone. They could test messages, browsing videos, reading some messages and stuff. Anyway, people would not feel would not feel boring while waiting for something. As I would say, that's a great thing. So yeah, I would say for most people, they would 玩手机能用 play 吗？老师，我感觉不大能，是吧？怎么是玩手
browse 吧，
brown 哦
浏览嘛，对吧？browse the mobile phone to
哦
watch some YouTube, watch some videos or play games or try to use their social app to communicate with friends. So are most people patient while waiting?
呃呃 based on what I have seen, I would say actually no. Most of people have the patience to wait for a thing. Just as I have said in the past, people
那你为什么说 no 的呢？你说
uh,
most people have patience，对吧？
most
那你说 no，
我说 most 我说 no 了吗？
哦most，我听成 no 了。OK，
哦，
不是，但是它问题是 are most people
嗯
patient while waiting？你应该回答 yes or no，
哦
而不是回答 most。
哦
我就以为听成你说 no 了，
哦
对，因为
哦
我眼里这我在欣赏 yes or no 嘛，你说 most，
哦，OK。
OK，
Okay, yes. I think most of people have the patience to wait for a thing. Just as I have said in the past, people had nothing to do, so they would be angry, be boring, feel boring and stuff. But now people have things to do. And to some extent, some people will be enjoy the waiting time, maybe because they could browsing videos, communicate with their friends throughout social medias, browsing videos, playing games and stuff. It's not boring, So I guess the people have more patience compared with the past. So I guess the smartphones, the digital devices are the main reason for the increase of people's patience while waiting for something.
So I guess mobile phone is the reasons for most people keeping their patience while waiting.
哦，
Do
对，
you like to wait for a long time and why?
Yes, I have such experience. I have lined up for
The question is, do you like to wait for a long time and
哦哦
why?
哦哦哦，呃 Um, um, no, actually, I don't like wait for a long time for something. The reason is very simple because waiting for something because I think waiting for something for a long time is a kind of waste of time compared with waiting for a restaurant, a shop, or tourist attraction. I prefer to spend time on relaxation, just like sleeping or just stay at home and do nothing. Uh, because maybe different people have different opinions about this question. But for me, I just think such a thing, waiting for a thing for a long time is very stupid. I don't think there are something is worthwhile for me to wait for more than 2 hours and even 3 hours. So yeah, I don't like wait. I don't like line up for something.
Okay. So why do most children have difficulties waiting for a long time?
Um, well, I guess the main reason, is that the children don't have the strong patience and they are more active than adults. They are more energetic. You can find that actually the children uh, could do everything for a long time. Actually, they could focus on something for a long time like adults. I guess this is related to their age, uh, to their level of brain, so their level of brain's development. Uh, and another reason I think is children, the adults could browse their phones, and maybe the children could do nothing, and they just and they could just stand there or just sit there and wait for the coming thing. So I guess these are the reasons.
OK，你刚刚说是什么 brain development 啊，还是什么？
就是大脑的发育程度，就是说那个 the level of brain's development。
然后会造成他们什么？那一句我没有什么听不是很清楚。
呃，我说they could not focus on something for a long time, because maybe because and it's may related to their age, to their level of brain's development, to their mechanism，就是什么大脑机制之类的。
mechanism 是吧？So do people queue quite consciously while waiting for the subway train? Do people queue？就是 QUENE，不 QUEUE 啊
QU
，line up 啊 means do people line up
light up，light up 啥意思？
啊？QUEUE 你不知道是吧？一下do people line up？你刚刚不是有说到 line up 吗
up 哦，对 Q up。
Q 嘛，对，Q a line，但 do people queue consciously while waiting for the subway train？
哦哦，
consciously 应该知道吧？
懂，知道。
嗯，
嗯， Yes, you can find that in the subway station, in the public station, and any other public place. The people would line up would line up consciously, because in China, the parent, the children's parents, the teachers, and the government always stress the importance of a plate, and the lineup is a kind of the expression of a plate, and the people have the right to enjoy the public facilities with the low price, and the rights and obligations are equal. So at the same time, the people also have the obligations to maintain the public place, to line up consciously, to protect the others' rights. So I'm not sure the situation in other countries, but in China, the I think every people have the conscious to lamp when they waiting for the subways, the buses, especially for the young people, for the students, because they just get the education with regard to the lamp for something, or the plate. So I would say yes, people would consciously line up for waiting subway.
Okay, so it could be said that like the people queue up consciously. Well, according to what I see, people around me, they all line up consciously because we are educated to do that, waiting for a long line to take subway station. Otherwise, it would be a mess because for example, in my country, in the subway, there's lots of people. If they don't line up consciously, we will never be able to get on the train on time. So I'm not sure about the other country, but in my country, here in Shandong, I think most people line up very consciously while waiting. OK，我们休息两三分钟，然后回来，好不好？
行，好的。
OK。
OK。